Let's move on to this one. How important are grammatical conventions for getting published in the 21st century? If they are important, what is a good style guide?
Grammar is as important as it always has been. I don't know that nobody who wants to write a novel, unless you're going to be William Faulkner writing stream of consciousness and writing from the perspective of somebody who's mentally disabled, like in The Sound and Fury. I feel it's very tough to get away with it, and I feel that those kind of books aren't being embraced by readers.
I just tried to read that actually. I got 45 pages in and
Benji,
I
right?
couldn't do it. Yeah.
So that's how hard it is. So I feel like you should just focus on, if you are breaking the rules of grammar, that's fine as long as you know them. And I feel like it's clear communication. So it's kind of like the standard. There's a great book, which is Elements of Style, is a great writing book for developing a style, the Strunk and White. There's a companion called Elements of Grammar that kind of sits in the bookshelf next to it, and I feel like that's a very good book. There's another book I used to read when I was learning grammar for journalists. I feel like you should know the basics of it, because the whole point of grammar is to write clearly, and the more clearly you're writing, the more clearly you're communicating, and the more easily somebody's going to understand what you're saying. So if you want to write a novel that's going to be a bestseller, it would help to have people find the work accessible rather than very hard to, read. If you want to see people that have messed with grammar, you can look at the experimental writers, Gertrude Stein at the closer to the turn of the century, Virginia Woolf. They did a lot of interesting things, but I find some of it is unreadable. And Faulkner, of course, with his writing, and I think that even the poets are probably the ones now that are going out of grammar, or maybe it would be the rap stars or the spoken word people. But otherwise, I think if you're writing a book like a memoir or a nonfiction book without anything, or a novel or short stories, you tend to want to make it accessible to get readers, and therefore grammar is really important.
Okay. Thanks, Sam. Why don't we wrap it up there for today, and thanks very much everyone for watching. Check us out on meetup.com. The group name is called So You Want to Write a Book. Thanks everyone.